Okay. No, sir.
Okay, what's your full name?
So my name is Love Dubey.
Your name is?
Love Dubey.
Okay, Love Dubey. Dubey.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Dubey, so you are preparing for which organization?
Sir, I'm preparing for UPRVUNL.
Okay. So for which subject you want to give the snap today?
Sir, I want to appear for power systems.
Power
Uh,
system.
yes, actually, sir, my preparation is not that good. In parallel, I'm working also, so that's why.
Okay. First question, why we study power system?
Sir, power system study is basically the study of the complete generating, distributing, and the transmitting system with all the equipments and transmission devices that are being implemented in that. To study the stability and the exact distribution, the number of wires that will be required, and what should be the to estimate things to work on a stable condition. So all these things are found in the power system.
Okay.
In case of any fault or something like that, even all these subjects also comes into the category of power system only. It is one of the most crucial
Okay.
subjects that electrical engineering has.
Mm. Tell me one thing. In the electric locomotive, right?
Yes, sir.
How the power source is being given in the engine or in the locomotive?
Sir, in the electric locomotive, there is a traction system that we are using. We are
Mhm.
having a supply of, I think, 11,000 watt or volt, or I think
What is the
33.
operating voltage?
Sir, that is, I think, 33, 3.3 kV, I think, so. But I'm not sure with this thing.
For
Uh,
3.3 kV, it is AC or DC?
Sir, we are providing with the AC only, but inside the our traction, we also have a rectifier and converter system with which we are converting it further also. So we are providing the ports and all for the DC, and also inside the fan and everything is in DC only. However, the supply is getting into AC only.
Mhm.
Hmm.
What is pentagon?
So that is that is the the device that is connected at the top roof of that.
For the
Uh,
collector.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Tell me one thing. It is being connected with the only single line. So the how the single line is being generating, and how this is being controlling the three phase motor. How the single
Uh,
phase is converted into three phase.
Sir.
The motor is three phase. The motor is three phase.
Yes.
Okay, but we are collecting only single phase. So how this is single phase converted into three phase?
Single phase converter into three phase. Mm, Sir, I read about it, but right now I'm unable to recall this thing.
Mm-hmm. Which type of motor is responsible in the locomotive?
Sir, there are two motors. One is the DC series motor, which is we are using at the starting, and the second one is our induction motor. Once the
Uh,
motor has been started, it starts carry further the system.
Hmm. Okay, what are the protective equipment being as a locomotive in the metro? Uh, for the electrical point of view, what are the protective equipment that is being regulated at the point of operation?
Sir, you're asking as in for the loco pilots, or you're asking when at the time of designing and all?
Yeah, for the loco pilot, they are operating in the they are in the locomotive, na?
Yes, sir, they are.
So how this insulation and should work?
Sir, first of all, there is always the earth switch which they are using. Apart from that, there are circuit breakers and relays which has been implemented in the system.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
also considering for the insulation brake and other fire safety, there is also fire extinguisher which is provided. And the insulation of the wire is different than provided for the other insulation in the we because we are considering here all the facts. First is the designing restrictions also because we have limited we have to design a limited resource, and for the designing purposes we can't provide a lot of insulation. And the second thing is for that thing, uh, the source that we are taking power from the pentagon from that thing. So that is the point where the maximum insulation is being used. and
Okay. Okay.
booster transformers, and other relative for the external discharge of when the power is getting too much or insulated. It totally discharge in the railway tracks the extra power that is coming. So this is the one of
Okay.
the.
Okay. Okay. So, what is the basic difference between insulator and dielectrics?
Sir, the insulator and dielectric, it is the point of differentiation is that in dielectric there is, the element is able to hold the charge and to, what we say, it has the able capacity to retain things inside itself. When the dielectric is above, I think K is greater than 20, then only we are considering it as dielectric, else we are considering it as an insulator only, as per the data is concerned. And when it comes to insulator,
Hmm.
it does not have the property to hold or retain any energy inside it. However, a dielectric can do this thing. So this is one of the basic things. And
Can you give the example?
Sir, dielectric, suppose in a capacitor, sir, in between we are using different kind of dielectrics, some fluid or something which is able to hold the energy inside itself when there is requirement. However, when if you put an insulator in between the plates, it won't act as a energy restoring or storing source. So that's why that is a prime difference that I'm speaking of. Dielectric can be in any form. And sir, more examples I'm unable to recall at the moment.
Hmm. Okay. There any use of any type of resistor or
Uh,
role of earth wire in the case of any locomotive
uh,
for the lighting purpose?
well, yeah, sir, we can use varistor. It is a different kind of resistor which is utilizing itself when
Where it is
lightning.
being collected, where it is being where it is being connected.
Sir, it should be connected from on the roofs, usually on the roofs of these our locomotives. In case the lightning falls, so it can pass on, and the other end is in the railway track. So whenever the light is falling down, so it will provide it path, less resistive path from which the complete light will come outside the ground. So that is a different kind of resistor that we are having. And in general working condition, the resistance will be relatively high, so that it doesn't provide any path for electricity to flow from that.
Hmm. Okay. What have you any idea about Misner effect or magnetic leviation?
Sir, I've read about this, but is it about a BH curve only, like the retentivity and all this? Uh,
No, no.
Sir,
It's related with the BH curve, but not
Uh,
not only the BH curve.
I studied this, sir, in material science, but right now I'm unable to recall, sir. Sorry for.
Okay, when we are using circuit breaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for the three-phase system, how many breaker you require?
Sir, each line will require one breaker. Each of the line
Mm-hmm.
wire will require one. So there will be three
Mm-hmm.
breakers required.
Mm-hmm. There is also a term zero switching. Zero switching.
Sir.
What is this?
Sir, zero switching actually, whenever we want to turn off, break a connectivity, so there is an ideal point to break the connectivity,
Mm,
which is usually at the point when our current is zero. Because at that point, it will be very easy for us. We will not feel that much of external loss for this thing. So we
How
ideally,
this is being achieved? How this is
uh,
Yeah, how this is
sir,
being achieved?
we can achieve it by utilizing, I think there is a parallel RLC circuit that we are using.
Suppose
or
if we have a
current.
current waveform. Okay,
Okay.
so if suppose we have a current waveform of Is sin omega t and the voltage of Vs sin omega t. So
Yes,
can
sir.
you mathematically represent that how this zero crossover frequency will occur?
Sir, when omega t is equals to the multiple of pi, then only it will be will be equal to that thing, and omega where it will be equal to 1 upon under root LC. So we can find the component depending upon
So
this, and we can place it.
if suppose if the omega has been shifted by an angle alpha, so this
Mhm.
would this phenomenon be achieved?
Still, it can be achieved, sir. It is just like a transient that we are studying. Some offset will be there, so we need to include that thing also.
How this offset voltage is being calculated?
Sir, usually if we see that thing, then there are two types of offset that we already took in consideration for the value well we are fixing for the circuit breaker. One is the momentary and one is the instantaneous. However, coming back to the question that how to deal with this offset thing. So it is like I said, just like we used to do in the transient, we need to put that omega t plus alpha is equal to zero. Now this value will be giving us the uh, count or the equal to n pi, then also we can get the multiplicity at which time we need to do the switching.
Okay, great. Listen, Dube,
Yes, sir.
you need to work upon the locomotive. The question that I have asked, the linear
Okay, sir.
induction motor or the magnum moment or mismatch effect, these are the visionary or the futuristic scope of the electric locomotive or the metro.
Okay, sir.
Okay, the implementation of bullet train. So the question
Mm-hmm.
might be asked from this point of view,
Mm-hmm.
and you will also cover the point about the vision of our bullet train, which
Mm-hmm.
year it has been initiated, and what are the norms, and up to when the project will complete. So these were the question would be asked in the metro question. And please go through the type of the motors, type of the operating voltage is 25 kVA.
Okay, okay,
Sorry,
sir.
25 किलोवोल्ट.
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है, तो ये सब चीजों ना एक बार देख लेना. ठीक है, ये मिसनर मैगले मूवमेंट कुछ नहीं होता है. ये तुमको तुम्हारा जो ट्रैक होता है उसके ऊपर थोड़ा अपलिफ्ट होता है, उसके बाद हम लीनियर इंडक्शन मोटर में ऑपरेट करते हैं, और सिंगल फेज से थ्री फेज कैसे कन्वर्ट करते हैं इसको देखो एक बार. इससे क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं, क्वेश्चन आए हुए हैं इससे.
अच्छा, सर.
ठीक है. हाँ, और बाकी तुम्हारा कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल ठीक है, थोड़ा नॉलेज इंप्रूव करो.
हाँ सर, वो पढ़ाई बहुत दिन से छूटी हुई है, इसकी वजह से मेरा वो चीज़ हो नहीं पा रहा. जैसे मिजनर इफेक्ट मुझे पता था सर, अभी आप बोल रहे हैं तो पूरा याद आ गया. सुपर कंडक्टिविटी,
नहीं
मिजनर
पता
इफेक्ट,
है तुमको, तुमको चीजें पता है तो रिवाइज कर लो एक बार.
ठीक है सर. थैंक्स अ लॉट सर.